Welcome to your Miracle Map Maker 2. So today's class, the content, I reckon I'm going to get through these slides in 10 minutes. Let's see, we might even be off in 20 minutes. Maybe we're going to get faster with these miracles. So let's get on. Thank you, first of all, for all of you in the free tribe. Oh my God, you've been phenomenal. Is that a word? Phenomenal. With sharing about what's going on. We are now, I think, only 5 members away from 2,500. So there is a truly powerful vortex being co-created with you all, and I can't wait. I'm so excited about this up leveling, and it's so fantastic to see you all jumping in the vortex and hopefully feeling like this woman here, ready to just up level. So let's get on with it. Let's do some of that. You know who I am, don't you? I'm just going to say it very quickly. Inner transformation specialist Tiffany Crisara here, author, courage catalyst, and boho CEO of the multi-award-winning Transformational Truth of Tarot. I've been helping intuitives power up their purpose, their passion, and their partnerships, whatever that might be. It could be with your friends, your family, your mother, your father, your lover, your child, your colleagues. Your passion could be your mental or your physical health, the energy, the up-leveling energy, yes, and the purpose, the reason that you were here, to be courageous enough to live that and not get back into those mind traps that keep us small. Yeah, okay, that's what I do. Okay, so if you are an intuitive that wants to learn how to manifest a miracle a month or more and discover the transformational truth of you through the transformational truth of tarot, you are in the right place. Even if you have never considered tarot before, or see it as something woo-woo, maybe, just humour me for this class and then see, all right? Because the way I work with it is entirely different to what most people see tarot like. So this is the second in a series of 3 masterclasses where I'm sharing with you how you can turn your intuitive curse, because quite often it feels more like a curse than a blessing. And so you can have the purpose and the passion and the partnerships that we're talking about. Okay, and if you missed the first video in this series, you should go back and watch that, okay, first, because it has some fundamental building blocks as to why you as an intuitive maybe struggle to receive these things that we've just been speaking about, okay? But if you're here live, then let's carry on. But if you're on replay, go back to the official page that you're on. It's just up there, the next one, yeah? Or if you're in Facebook, you can click more and media and it will come up. Okay, so do that first if you're not here live. All right, now, for those of you that are here live, maybe you haven't seen it, and just in case, here's a recap of the 3 big mistakes that intuitives make when it comes to receiving. And as I said, the first one, it goes into some really fundamental, important depths of what's behind this. So this is just a skimming, okay? So number 1 is being over and out. Meaning being over anything different for you. You just don't expect anything different than what you've got. You tune out of your needs and your wants and your aspirations because of years of outtuition. That's explained in the first one. Yeah, but generally it means using your intuition to tune out of yourself and into someone else. And that's the fundamental big problem. And that has 10 symptoms. Again, Masterclass 1 you want for that. So much so it feels petrifying, really, to admit or submit to, God forbid, and we'll look at that a little bit more with the next couple of masterclasses, because it's all about allowance, having a better life. And because if it's like this, then that's the way the universe wants it. Or is it? Yes, we will see more about that today as well. So the other 2 are the big O. A lot of you here will resonate with the big O. Overdrive, overgiving, overwhelm. over-trying, overdoing, and overkill, which is also part of number 3, the oh-so-trying protection of perfectionism, built on trying to make yourself feel acceptable, because intuitives often feel like they don't belong, and because they're highly sensitive and they pick up on so much stuff from outside, it's really and there's problems with self-esteem. It's really triggering when it comes to things like criticism or rejection. It can just feel like someone's shot a gun at you, and so you'll try to armor yourself right up with perfectionism, but actually it's a boomerang. So that's another block to receiving or allowing the miracles to come in, right? So now in this video, we're going to look deeper into number 1, okay? Which, let me recap, is being over and out, being over expecting anything different, tuning out of your needs and wants and aspirations because of years of out-tuition. So much so it feels petrifying to admit and submit to, God forbid, having a better life. I mean, if this is the way it is, that's the way it's meant to be, is it? So that's what we're doing today. And there's a reason you're watching this. It's either that you're an intuitive who is struggling with their purpose, passions, physical and mental health, come under the passions part. Purpose can be creativity, the magic in your life, or going for your dream and believing that that's possible, and actually knowing how to make it possible as well. And partnerships, you know, so that can be if you're in partnership with everything in the world, absolutely. So that's all encompassing. There is never a better time than now to be an intuitive, even though, the witch hunt is still on in some ways. It's just very subjective, but at the same time, the world is starting to wake up to what it means to be an HSP, highly sensitive person, empath, intuitive, or whatever you want to label it. But there really is still a really long way to go. I mean, have you ever heard of Intuitives Matter? Put a hashtag in front of it. Or Intuitives Anonymous? No, right? And if you think about it with racism, we're only getting to the place really now with Black Lives Matter that we're really starting to understand the subtle nuances of how racism still exists. And, you know, this has been something that has been, you know, collectively trying to be worked through and healed for so long, you know, 70 years, I think, is it around then? I'm no expert on it, but like the abolition of the slave trade or anything. And it's only really now that we're seeing people starting to say, okay, maybe intuitives need some recognition, right? But we're still like 70 years behind where we are with things like racism or sexism even, or things along those lines. There really isn't anything out there for intuitives yet. I'm really hoping that my work, and I'm sure other people out there are doing similar things in their own way and their own purpose, will add a collective recognition, and 70 years down the line, or not even that. Let's make it faster than that. Let's collapse the timelines, and we'll start to get some recognition as a minority that matters. I'm not going to go. I can go on my soapbox and into laws and things like that, but I'm not going to. I'm going to stay on track here. We're going to move on. Okay, it's just I know what it's like to be an intuitive in your life. I have never lived in a box with it or a closet with it because I didn't know one existed. I was that out of it, and until it was too late, and then life was incredibly complex because of it. I've never had a normal job or anything like that, so I know what you are facing with your esteem, worth, boundaries, and communication. My family generally has been pretty accepting of it, but that just made me think that the whole world was. So I'd rush into situations not knowing that there was an issue. So I've definitely had the boomerang effect and I had that kind of issue with feeling like I don't belong, or I'm not understood, or all of those crippling things that you can feel as an intuitive that really nearly made me get back in the closet, but that was really painful. I kind of got stuck half in, half out. So I knew there was nothing for it but to come out and be fully out, shall we say. And let's get this, right? Whoever you are, whatever you want is an impulse coming through to you from the universe. Okay? So if you say, like, oh, God forbid I could have a better life, but I can't have this because if the universe wanted it, it would be that way, but it's like this, so the universe wants it. It's kind of the other way around, right? I mean, you were the one that was born out of 400 trillion others, right? Because the way that the way that the universe works is that it channels things through to us, right? We are the channel for it. It needs us to pick up the channel and make it manifest, right? So whatever you want, the universe wants. That's why the word sounds like universe, yes? And you cannot disempower another person. No, sorry, other way. You cannot disempower yourself to empower another person. So if you're staying stuck in a situation because of someone else, that's not a aligned way of being that empowers you or that other person or the higher collective. So it's like we need to get in that place of alignment with what's coming through you and allow, right? Okay. And so please do know that you are a co-creator with the divine, and your desire is divine. It is divine. There is no other place that it is coming from. All right. So, number one, have we got that? That is the most number one thing I think of today that I want to share with you. And we're going to get into some real tarot magic with this. Yes, and we're going to bust a load of judgments going on 3 because we've got limited time. Right? So, but just get this first. If you are over and out, you're literally over and out with the universe, aren't you? Yeah? And so you're never going to tune in. Well, you probably are getting little impulses, but it's like you're just going to tune out. And so if you do that, the channels aren't open for you to manifest those miracles, are they? Right? Yeah. So the very first step to being open to the miracles is to actually stop tolerating it, stop tuning out. Yeah. No matter how scary it feels to actually up level, it's actually amazingly exciting at the same time. And as scientists say, it's really down to you what you label it as, anxiety or excitement. And there is so much up leveling going on at the moment. Can you feel it in your heart and your chest? I feel like mine's going to burst. Oh, it's incredible. But there are times where I go, and I just need to remember to breathe and up level and expand. And then it's like, oh my God. All right. And this is what happens when you decide to stop tolerating it. Yeah, but it's a much worse place to be when you are tolerating it than when you decide not to. Okay. So what I want you to do today is to take the 3 things you tell yourself that block you from, that make you tune out, that block you from receiving your miracles. And if you're happy for me to read them out, then put them in StreamYard. Or if you're not happy for me to read them out, but you still want me to know, you can put them in, when I say StreamYard, sorry, I mean the Facebook comments. You can put private and then put it, and I won't read it out. Okay, but some examples might be, I'm a failure, I will never find love, I will never belong, I will never be happy, I will never lose weight, I'm stuck because I don't have a trust fund, or because I have to work all night and work all day to pay the bills. You get me, right? Yeah. So just jot down 3 now. What are the first 3 things that come to your head about what is going on, this chatter in your head that makes you tune out of that impulse that's coming through from the universe for you? Okay. And then after you've done that, I'm going a little fast, I know, because, I'm going to try and get this done in half an hour. So do your best, just skip with me for now. You've got it here on replay. You've got it in your Miracle Maker map as well. If you don't have that, the link to get it is in the, it's with this video. Okay, so you'll see that there, and it will take you through what I'm doing step by step in your own time and help you ground it in. Okay. So just skip along for now, and you can always go back on the replay and do that with your map, right? So the next thing you would do is you would look at the 3 reasons. Yeah. So you would counteract each statement. So if it's I'm a failure, you'd look for all the reasons that's not true. If it's I will never find love, you would look for the reasons that's not true. If it was not I cannot lose weight, you'd look for the reasons that that is not true. Yeah. And that's what I want you to do. And you can pop them in the comments as well if you like, your counteracting statements, okay, to stop you tuning over and out. Then you can power it up with some transformational tarot magic. And you don't even need a deck for this. And your Miracle Maker map will show you how to do it without a deck. If you have 2 decks, that's the optimum, yes, but 1 deck will do. And if you don't have that, it's still possible for you to do it without a deck. And so it will take you through it in the Miracle Map Maker. All right. But what you want to do is you want to select a picture. So from the tarot or an oracle deck or off the net, yes, that represents the judgment. And then another picture, again from your tarot or your oracle or the net, just screenshot it. Another picture of what the counteracting statement is like. So for those of you that do know tarot, you will probably get me when I say I'm a failure, may well be the 5 of Pentacles. And the counteracting statement, when you look at it, it might be the Sun, because you're creative, or I cannot lose weight. That might be like the 8 of Swords, and then the Queen of Wands for the counteracting statement. Do you get me? I can do a little example after this if you want. So just let me know. Just put in the chat box example, and I'll walk you through it. Okay, so you're actually purposely choosing. You're choosing the cards to picture your judgment and the counteracting statement, the energy that you want to embody, basically. And that's what it's about. It's about choosing that picture now. It's about embodying that picture now. It's not about I want it and it's out there. It's about stepping into the card and stepping in and being that. You're choosing it now, yeah? And that's you tuning in and rather than out, yeah? Okay. So as Deepak Chopra says, every decision you make is a choice between a grievance and a miracle. So the tuning out is the grievance picture, yes, and the tuning in is the miracle. And it's like I'm choosing that. It's not out there, it's in here. It's in here. When I tune into it and I'm bringing it into me now, it's already here. That impulse from the universe, oh my God, it's already here. Yeah. Oh, love it, love it, love it. Okay. If you have a deck, you would need a deck for this. Like I said, if you're someone that's got 1 or 2 decks, it's perfect. Yes, because you can select tangibly those from one deck, and then you can get another deck shuffle the cards like you would a normal reading and put a card down next to each one you've chosen to see the universe's take, what it has to say about the situation you've tuned out about and the situation you're tuning in about. So you can superimpose them. Again, if you want an example, just say so. Yeah. Okay. So that's about it for today. If you don't have what you want, this is important to get. It's because you're prioritizing something else. Okay. And intuitives have a really hard time with misplaced responsibility, which is why I said this thing about how you cannot empower another person by disempowering yourself. It does not work. It's not possible. And so if you're struggling with getting that concept as well, let me know in the comments. Maybe let me know if you're happy for me to say it out loud, or you just say private and I won't say it. But obviously, if you're happy for me to say it out loud, I can help you. I'm going to say it out loud in the comments. If you share with me like a dynamic that's going on for you where you feel you're disempowering yourself to empower another, then I can help you with it. If you're like, I don't get that. Okay. Because it's important to rework that alignment too, because actually it's crippling to be in that place. It's crippling for you and for the other person. It's not actually empowering, it's enabling, and it's just not empowering for either of you. So have a think, where is it that you need to step out of someone else's energy and into your own, be in alignment with the universe? Yes. It could be a pattern that you're in with your spouse or your kids or your friends or your family, but ultimately it's the pattern that you are in with you and the universe. It's this relationship. Yes. Okay. It's also happening because of the other two things we looked at, the big O, overdrive one, and the oh so trying of perfectionism. Yes. But basically, both of those, or all of this, are all reasons why it's so difficult as an intuitive to allow yourself to just relax, be okay with you, let go of control, let go of tuition, again, masterclass 1, and allow yourself to receive, right? So that sets me up perfectly for the final masterclass. I'm so excited, where I'll share with you how you can really relax. And it is really much like, in a way, today has been like powering up alignment with here, and the final one is like masterclass number 1 was very much about your spiritual alignment with your intuition instead of outtuition, right? So spirit, and this one here is more mind, bit of spirit, but more mind. It's like an up-leveling of your mind. So we've up-leveled your spirit, we've up-leveled your mind today. And this one is like your heart. The final one is about opening. Opening your heart and allowing that gorgeous, juicy, divine energy to just come in. And you want to be here for that one. But remember, do the other 2 first, okay, if you haven't yet. And in the meantime, and the 3 initials to anchor it in. You might have seen in the free tribe I've been going on about, I noticed there's 3 initials to anchor in miracles, and some of you have responded. And I said I was going to let you know if you were right on the final class. So you've got that as well. We're going to anchor it in with 3 initials to help you go, yes, this, and this. Okay. In the meantime, remember that miracles are everywhere. And as Albert Einstein said, very brainy guy, Mr. Albert Einstein, there are 2 ways to live. One is if nothing is a miracle, and the other is as if everything is a miracle. And I'll be back with the grand finale 48 hours from now. As I said, you're going to love it. I can really feel it in my chest. But I want to hear from you now. I'm going to come over to the comments box, and I want to see you start tracking the miracles. It's time to start looking for them, like Albert Einstein just said, in that way, like seeing everything as a miracle. And so the more you track it, the more they're going to grow. You know, where energy goes, it grows, right? So get tracking, start popping them in the Facebook group. Start now by popping them in the comments. Let's power up the energy collectively. This is going to be awesome and amazing. Oh, we are just 7 people away. No, that was when I wrote it, but now it's less than that. So from the 2.5k free tribe membership. Oh my God. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I know so many of you have been sharing with your friends, letting them know about what's going on here, because as intuitives that are struggling, this is kind of groundbreaking stuff, particularly the outtuition piece, which is in the first masterclass, but all of it is fresh. All of it is new in that you wouldn't find this anywhere else because it is my own material. So, you know, and as I said, I've been an intuitive all my life and never in the box. So I really get it and understand it. So if you have intuitive friends that are struggling, please do let them know what is going on here, because it's really powerful, life-changing stuff that ripples out throughout the planet. So let's collectively do this. All right, let me come over to the comments and find out whether you saw this or not. Yeah, looks like it flipped. Awesome. Okay, all right, so I'm going to come and have a look. I'm just going to stop screen share. Example. Okay, so I'll do some examples in a minute before I go. Okay, so I'm seeing people. Thank you so much for sharing. I don't know what Anne is saying wow about. Are you feeling it, Anne? Someone's saying bringing true clarity with the outtuition. Yeah, it's such a fundamental piece, isn't it? Everyone's just like, it gets it, just gets it. It's like, oh my God. Yeah, okay. Okay, and there's lots of yeses and gots it, and I have no idea what it's about and wows, but it's fantastic to hear. Yeah, so there's some big comments here. Thank you very much, Beth. It's a very lovely comment, resonating with what you say, RE, intuitives and out the box. Yeah, again, talking about the outtuition piece and how important it is to get out there. Thank you also for how much you've been sharing it. It's really not gone unnoticed at all. Okay, that's really appreciated. Jen's had a light bulb moment. Excellent. Oh, Manu, I hope you're managing to shift that. Also, Linda and Manu. And yeah, that I'm not good enough one is, I tell you, I don't think I've ever spoken to someone that doesn't feel that, which is a real important piece. I will do the example with the tarot. Yes, I will get there in a minute, but just going down the comments to make sure that I can not get lost. So I'm going down in order. And yeah, please know everybody feels like that. I don't care whether you're the president of the United States. Well, just look at Trump, for example. I'm sure deep down there's a I'm not good enough behind all of it. So, you know, it doesn't matter who you are or what you've achieved. And that is really the work that I am here to do, as we all are in our own ways. We all do this work, but it's like most people think that what I do is tarot. It's not. I do transformative truth with tarot and for intuitives around self-esteem. That is the fundamental basis, because when we're all coming from that place of self-esteem, we won't have the politics that go on in the world, you know. And so it's the most fundamental piece of work. You know, it's that John Lennon's imagine would be reality, basically. Yeah, if we all had our own healthy self-esteem, which is why you cannot empower someone else by disempowering yourself. Yeah, okay, thank you so much for the comments coming through. I can see you're sharing and being very careful about what I say. Someone here is saying, I hope I'm in the correct place to post anonymously. I can't see your name, so you haven't registered with StreamYard, which means there's no chance of me saying your name, even though I'd only say the first one. And secondly, you can tell by looking and seeing what are you watching this on, what page is it coming up on. If it says Tiffany Crasara, that's my business page. If it says Manifest a Miracle a Month, that's the group, yeah, which means that your comment stays in the group and is not public. Okay. Okay, all right, so I will go through all of your comments at some point over the weekend. I'm going to do an example now because I'm going to show you how you do this, all right, before we go, because some people have asked for it. Okay, so this is what I've done earlier to take the time of the live down for you. This is what I've done earlier. Okay, so it's not what you would do exactly, but what you would do is you would be looking at the pictures of the deck and you'd be selecting them. Oh, yeah, no, they're there. Okay, so you'd be going through the deck. This is what you would be doing, and you'd be choosing a picture, just a picture, yeah, that actually speaks to you about that judgment that you're telling yourself. So I did put some out earlier. It's got a little jumbled up somehow, but his 3 I did earlier. Okay, so I chose this one for I'm a failure. It's the 5 of Pentacles, but it might not, you might choose another one. I chose this one for, I can't remember, but let's just say it's for I'm stuck with something, and this one here for I will never find love, right? Okay, I'm just going to move this down a bit more so you can, now I'm going to have to do this. Okay, so you can see a little bit more. Okay, all right, then you want to go through again and choose another picture that counteracts it. I have messed these up. How did that happen? Okay, so for I'm a failure, it may well be that you see, okay, I'm just coming to the first one that I'm finding here, which is like, okay, that shows me loads of achievements. So I'm going to put that one, yes. For I am stuck, I'm going to put that one, okay, because that's there. For I will never find love, let's see if we can find the 10 of Cups. I did put these. Don't you just love the universe? Honestly, I did put this. All right, I can't find the 10 of Cups, but here we go. I have found something else just now, went past it, that will do. 2 of Cups. Okay, so then you end up with the picture of your judgment, right? And the picture of why that's not true. Okay, and you want to embody this one. You don't want to be resonating with this one, right? So you are imprinting with this one. It's an energetic rewiring that you are doing. Yes, so it's like, oh, I'm not a failure because of all of this. Look, this is who I am. I'm choosing this. This is you choosing the miracle instead of the grievance. Okay, then if you have 2 decks, you can do the normal way of shuffling the cards. I mean, you can do this with 1 deck, but when you do it with 2 decks, you give the chance for the same cards to come out, and particularly also in the same place. And that's like a real wow moment when that happens, but still you can do it with 1 deck. Okay, so, all right, interesting. So here we go. So I'm just doing random ones here, but isn't it interesting that I'm a failure has come up with the Magician, which is the existence in Osho. Yeah, so that's like the universe going, what? You are Look, you are the universe. This is the divine imprint. How can you be? You were born. You were the one that was born out of 400 trillion. Everything I've just said, basically. So yeah, here it's interesting. It's coming up with the miser, which is the four of pentacles, which is basically more about the low self-esteem stuff. It's like saying, well, why do you even need to do this? Good on you, universe. Oh dear. All right. And what we have here is the one about being stuck. Yes. And this here is like saying, of course you're not stuck. Look, you're on an adventure. Again, you've been born. What the heck are you on about? And this one here is like saying, okay, I'm not stuck, because there are times when I've moved ahead in my life. That's what I've chosen, that one. And this one's like, duh. Yeah, but sometimes the universe has a very funny sense of humor. This one here is like, oh, I will never find love. This one here is like, but it's there in front of you in every moment. Yeah, moment to moment. And this one here is like saying, okay, I can see where I am feeling connected with people around me and love. And okay, mate, you might be there going, yeah, but it's more than that. I want that one. And it's like, yeah, okay, great. There's more than that one. Look, there's three. This is the Three of Cups. Okay, so that's how you can take it another step if you're already, if you have a deck. But if you don't have a deck, don't worry about it. You know, you can just start by, if you start by your Miracle Maker map, the link is in with this video, and you download that, you will see in there, it will tell you step by step how you can do it without a deck. But just as an example, this one that I'm using is the Light Seers deck by Chris-Anne Donnelly, who's lovely, by the way. I spoke with her at a conference in Montreal a couple of years ago, David Lecopo's transformative tarot conference, which was fantastic. As soon as I saw his message, I was like, I have to go, because it's in alignment with the stuff I do. Yeah. Anyway, she's gorgeous, and this is a really popular deck. And if you go to the Light Seers Tarot and you basically look at that one, for instance, she's got all of the pictures on there. So you can just flick through, screenshot, and put them in your Miracle Maker map and work with it that way. All right. So there's no, like, I don't know tarot, or no, like, I don't have a deck. It's not about that. It's not about the meanings either. I've seen some people going into meanings. Please, it's so easy to do. But also I saw that Richard put a live in the group talking very much about why we don't do meanings. So that's really good. But basically, it will block your intuition. Yes, these are divine archetypes. We're connecting with the universe. We're not going into the outtuition, which is reading what somebody else says about it. So trust. I've laid the steps for you in the book. Just trust me and stay on the course. You don't need tarot if you don't have it. You don't need to know anything about tarot. You don't need anything more than what you've got in your Miracle Maker maps. Wonderful. Okay, I'll go through your comments later, but keep it up, yeah? Keep working on those miracles. We're doing some refining. So get in the group and post, and get in that collective vibratory energy vortex that we are creating. And I will see you for the grand finale, 47, 46 and a bit from now. All right, I've gone over by 15 minutes, but I'm getting there. I'm getting better. Thank you so much for joining live. And it's great to see that you are already there with your cards as well. Some of you, you've done it very fast. I recommend going back with this on replay as well and going deeper with it. But you've done a fantastic, fast warm-up. Well done for breaking through on that level. I hope you felt the energy. When you're here live, we can really go that bit more with it. All right. So thank you so much for joining and showing up live. Bye for now. See you soon.